Sorry about that, everyone. I hope that didn't mess anything up. I accidentally pressed the shortcut for stopping streaming instead of actually starting the stream, so let's actually get started now. I'll send a message in the chat for people who didn't notice. Okay, now then, last week we ended up streaming the last bit of the Wind Orb saga, or well, the ninja side of the Wind Orb saga, and then we continued on to the Necropolis. So, this week we will again go to the Necropolis. We will take up and equip all the items that we have. Not that there are that many of them. And we will continue the Orb of Darkness saga. Oh, heal and potions, quests. Last week we ended up getting Zorbek's expired student license, and that is where we left off. So I would like to thank That's an Apache, who also who followed me, and Godchild98, who also followed me since my last stream. And now let's get started. Now that Zorbek gave us his student ID card, the gates of the Necropolis are opening for us. We have to get down there, past their guards, and see if we can figure out what the necromancers are planning. I still can't believe that we are trying to get into Necropolis with Zorbek's student ID card. What is there to worry about? Well, it's expired, for starters, and he was apparently expelled. And it has a picture of a blue moglin on it. No problem at all, my friend. We can solve this the same way we justify all of the plot holes and bugs in this game. How do we do that? Magic! There is one problem I have not been able to figure out yet, though. There are two of us, but we only have one student ID card. Well, do you want to wait outside? That's a joke, right? I have an idea. You know a lot about undead, right? Just follow my lead. Doomwood Necropolis, the gatekeeper, must resist urge to vanquish evil. Halt! Who dares to enter the Necropolis? This I am Zorbek, the greatest necromancer in the land, and my well-armored undead minion Artix.
Brains?
Let me see your student ID card. Sure, here you go. You do not look like your picture, Zorbek. You know, that's because of, magic. Well, yes, that is understandable. Wait, this student ID card says that you have been expelled. Magic? Yes, that would explain it. Yes. But this card is also expired. Magic! Ah, yes, that happens all the time. Okay, you may enter. Welcome to the Necropolis, Zorbek. Thank you. Let's go, my undead minion.
Certainly. Let us just walk right past these undead monsters without attacking them even a little bit.
Artix? Are you alright?
Yes, I just need to
to rid the world of these servants of evil. Attack! So, if only it wasn't Artix that was the one we had to face, had to help here. Ah, I forgot to grab the dragon, so unfortunately he is stunned for a turn. I really should just auto-equip him when I am equipping all my other gear. Things to learn from, that I won't learn from. Let's see. Wild daggers. Attack the Shakespeare, Jaina. Attack the Shakespeare. Oh, Bishop, thank you very much for the follow. Oh, hey, we did get that. Okay, that is a lot of damage. We might have to do something about that. Especially since we don't have any particularly strong abilities at the moment. So, defense, and then rapid, because we do need to take these down. But yeah, I think if you watched last week's stream, you will know what I am going to do following this attempt. Because somehow I don't think I'm going to quite make it, but maybe I'll be surprised. Attack them all. Oh why dost thou do this to me? Unstick. Luckily the attack at least keeps going. Unlike when enemies are stuck. They just get hit for... and they just pause their turn. Now I'm not sure what to do. No, not really. This turn I will stun him, and then I will do a multi-attack that will take that one out if it's going correctly. And of course, the one that is still getting us stuck is the one that we focus on. Let's hope this does not happen with the other attacks. But seriously, Bishop, thank you so much for following. Yeah, this is definitely a fight that's balanced around having Artix around. Because we be dead. Oh, well, not dead, but... let's just very quickly click through this. And then we will see whether or not we can leave. Apparently we cannot. So, teleport to hometown. A workaround, but not a bad one. Now then, there are some guests that we want to invite in this fight. So, Ash as the first guest and Artix as the second one. So, we got an adult version of this cute kid, and we got a few years older version of Arctics. So then, quests, the Gatekeeper. And clicking right through this. So how have you been, Bishop? Let's see, yes. Hello, Faceless Mike. How are you doing today? That multi-attack got stuck every time. I hope that doesn't happen with the other multi-attacks going around here. At least Fluffy is nice and kind. Let's see. Striking all foes with a Blade of Light. Apparently it does not. Yeah, let's just kill this one instantly. They are quite a bit stronger than previously. Not that it will really bother me that much. The little undead or the big undead. Yes, a slight light weakness, but lurking while working is quite nice indeed. Let's first take out this one. Okay, that deals quite a bit of damage. Oh, well, at least the stun got off. The Justice. That's quite a nice amount of damage. And now a blind, because that will actually deal something, or well, do something. Damage your foe and heal your ally. Does this heal Ash as well? No, it does not. And this is of course better than a potion. So then, let's quickly tear apart the Gatekeeper, shall we? And that's that. We got inside. Ew, that was close. Yes, it was. I'm very sorry, Jaina. I just could not help myself. That's okay. I knew that we were in for battle. I just didn't think that it would be that soon. I hear a lot of movement below. Perhaps something else is going on. Well, that's quite the danger there. And who's that? The army is almost complete. The world shall be wrapped in the eternal embrace of darkness. Hear me, denizens of the necropolis. I applaud your skill and effort, but we have little time left to complete our most grand project. An army of 100 million undead, unlike anything the world has seen before. I expect every necromancer in the necropolis to redouble their efforts. Especially you, necromantress. As you desire, master. Just so long as you hold up your end of the bargain and return my brother to me. Look at them, thousands of loyal soldiers for Sepulture. Your skill continues to impress me. However, as my top student, your recent defeat in Moonridge is quite unsettling. I expect you to redeem yourself by making an example of those two meddling heroes with your latest creations. Now, all my students, back to work. Sepulture's flying castles will be here soon, and Sepulture expects an army almost twice this size. Sepulture is raising an army of 100 million undead? Jaina, are you thinking what I'm thinking? We jump down there and take out 50 million undead each? Whoa. You were thinking what I was thinking. We need to destroy the ones they have created and stop them from making more. Just the two of us versus an entire underground city of the Walking Dead. It'll be a slaughter. That's the spirit. No, my slaughter. 2 heroes against the whole army? Yes. 2 heroes against this army of darkness. I've always wanted to fight in a desperate battle against the incredible odds. Looks like you're going to get your chance, Artix. Now if only we had a map. Oh, looks like there's one conveniently printed on the back of this Necromancy University student handbook. You obtained the Necro U handbook. Huh. That is a whole lot of undead right there. If Noxus is able to hand off that army to Sepulture, Falcon Rage and the rest of Lore will fall into darkness. You have to think of a way to stop him. And we got an undead Slayer badge. Nice. Those things are really nice. So, let's go to the body shop. Now that we have a map of the necropolis, we can really do some damage to those necromancers. Our first stop is the place they call the body shop. Okay, according to the map on the back of the Necro U handbook, this area is called the body shop. No time to look for loofahs and body wash that smells like fruit, Artix. Jaina, there is always time for personal hygiene. It is not that kind of body shop. According to the handbook, this is where they have their Build-A-Beast workshop. Oh, and it's worth 4 credits. This semester will be a cake. If we can get into the workshop, then we should be able to destroy the foul methods they use to make some of their monsters. Sabotage. Now this is my kind of quest. As you might remember from the Wind Orb, we are not the best at sabotage, unless it is of the ship that we are supposed to save. In that case, we're very good at it. All we need to do is get inside without being noticed. Then we can take out the necromancer who runs the workshop and vanish without a trace. We should try to avoid drawing any attention to ourselves, says the guy who could have walked past the guards but felt the need to destroy them instead. Let's sneak in. Or look, the necromancer is by himself. Good, this means that we can do this quickly and quietly with no lights, please. Oops. Standing up in front of the class with no idea what's going on. I think I've had this nightmare before. At least I'm fully dressed this time. There must be less than 50 of them. We can take them. I don't think that's a great idea. If we blow our cover, we might never get back down into Necropolis. Yeah, but... Oh, fine. And that concludes the lecture portion of the class. Now, I will need a few volunteers for the lab portion. How about the new guys? No! I beg your pardon. We missed the lecture. Maybe you should pick someone else? No, I think this will help you remember to get to class on time. I think actually that I have had this exact nightmare before. Maybe excuse? I need to use the restroom. You should have thought of that way on your way to class. Can I go to the nurse's office? I feel sick. Yes, you may. Really? Certainly. We get most of our body part donations from the nurse's office. I'm feeling better. Excellent. Then let's get to the lesson, shall we? Start the lesson. For safety reasons, we will watch you from outside the lab. Safety reasons? Eventually, young necromancers, you will learn to create creatures using your own dark power. However, for now we will use the university's S&M, Simplified Necromantic Monstermatic. Right now, all the control that you need is right in front of you. Use the creature claw to grab 3 spare parts from the part pit. As you grab them, the 3 spare parts will show up in the revival chest, located against the wall. Once you have all 3 parts, use the S&M to create your monster, and we will see what you can come up with. That sounds easy enough. Oh, be careful. Sometimes the claw will grab an undead monster that is still partially functional. They will try and attack you. Just use your ability to command the undead to drive them back into the pit. That could be a problem. Oh boy! And be very careful. The S&M is not cheap. If you damage the lab, it will slow down the monster production for Spelcher. Okay. Now that's interesting. Okay, so grabbing a part, just any part, really. From the upper left now, you got a skeleton. Weird. So, simple skeleton, eh? And we happen to have fire weapons. And a dragon that spews fire. Let's go all out, shall we? And that should be that. Let's equip these again. And upper right. This time you got a skeleton. Weird. Elementalized back to light. And this is a bone fire. What happens when an undead is turned into a skeleton? Luckily, we won't have to deal with its ridiculous damage output. It's the weakest HP wise from the basic skeletons. It's also the strongest damage wise, because of course it is. And another skeleton. Again, just taking it out easily. Well, at least we will get some XP. And lower right. We found a part that we need to grab. That's nice. So, let's try again on the lower right. Another skeleton. So let's see. What can we do with the Dragonfable? No, this is not the correct place for singing that. Did we? No, we caught a Shakespeare. There are other enemies you can grab from this place. Unfortunately, we don't seem to grab them. Well, at least this is a nice workout. Let's go to a different stop, shall we? Let's, following this, grab something from, oh, I don't know, lower left. Yeah, that seems nice. Apparently not. This is actually getting kind of annoying. That's sad because I kind of like this quest, at least in the context. Upper right then. Let's just stun and then attack them instead of just going all in. The second part. We just need a third one. Let's see, we haven't gotten any from upper right and lower left, so we'll just alternate these two now. And we will also drink 1 mana potion. So, lower left. A skeleton. Honestly, these are remarkably intact for skeletons. See if we have some. Yes, we have. So, 1 last healing and 2 battle with this Shoggoth that we created. What a weakness. That's actually kind of funny. Let's see. Yeah, let's just throw in a stun. Unfortunately, it did not work. In that case, we will blind him and then go with the normal cycle. It is not as though the cycle is that difficult. If he would only miss. Yeah, let's do a stealth cycle. And the last sneak attack, the last breath attack from Fluffy, and let's see, I do have Dragon Scout. In that case, oh no, no potion to steal. Fluffy, take him out. He has nothing we need. That little battle of yours totally destroyed the slab. Yeah, sorry about that. The creature had to be destroyed. It was out of control. Of course it was. You were supposed to be controlling it. Master Noxus will not be pleased, but there's nothing we can do about it now. This slab is very expensive. You will be hearing from the Necro accounting department. Now, let me see your student ID. A few weeks later. A letter from the school. What did those losers want? What? This is a bill for how much? Well done, you have defeated your very own Build-A-Beast and destroyed the body shop in the process. You have slowed down production of the undead army, but Sepulture is still on his way. And we get another undead slayer badge. Heal and potions. And let's see, wear paladin armor. No. The items is also a unfortunate no. because they are all too high level. Train paladin armor. We have trained the paladin armor now a bit, just a bit. Should we go ahead and equip it? I actually want to wear the paladin armor now. So, as you can see, this is a basic paladin armor. Let us just equip the items we have and hide the helm because it is hideous. Let us summon Fluffy again and then heal quests. We have the next page, we have the teacher assistance challenge, but let's just get on with this quest line. Too many cooks. The necromancers are cooking up something horrible and we have got to stop them. There is a section of the necropolis that is called the Ice Creamatorium, which doubles as the university cafeteria and the evil food laboratories. I am not sure what their plans are, but it is something big. This will bring us one step closer to taking down the necropolis. So let's quest. We look very, very pretty in this armor. This is the entrance to the Ice Creamatorium. There is a lot of activity surrounding this place and I can feel the evil coming from inside. But how can we find out their plans? I have an idea that might just work. Hey, you. Me? Yeah, what are they doing in the Ice Creamatorium? Oh, they found a way to make zombie food and vegetables using magical soup, and they plan on infecting all of Doomwood. There wouldn't be a single farmer's market or taco stand left once they attack. They are mass producing the broth and testing the food monsters inside. Thanks! No problem. Why did I not think of that? We've got to get in there and spoil every single cauldron of that sinister soup. Sinister soup? Yeah, no. Like chicken and Morningstar. Gina, this is serious? These food zombies could be a real threat? Night of the living bread. Zombies walking around moaning, grains. Grains. Okay. I get it. I think I might have just the weapon for this task. Great, let's see it. Holy wasabi? You just carry that around with you? Holy Arctic brand wasabi. Yeah, I cannot get enough of this stuff. I put it on everything. But you have to use just the right amount or it ruins the whole meal. That sounds perfect. Let's get to it. Ooh, a tiny one version of the monsters we are going to fight. So, the carrot or the twin bread? Let's fight carrots then first. It has a light resistance. In that case, elementalize to fire. Because we're burning this meal. Okay, so we have only two things right now. A powerful strike, a normal attack, and a shield. Let's see the powerful strike. And your spirit gives you an inner light that will heal you. That is the special ability of the paladin class. For 20 turns, for the first 20 turns, you will receive an increase to your inner light, which will increase how much health you restore every turn. This is actually quite a good ability, and the other classes that Arctics gives you access to have something similar. Unfortunately, most quests don't last long enough to actually benefit from it, and that seems like one of the places we are supposed to kill, I'd say. So let's see. Death by chocolate. same resistances, plus a fire resistance. So we're washing away the cake. Or well, washing down the cake. Your inner light grows. And yes, if the enemies are not strong enough, you can heal using this class. It's just that usually you don't have enough idle abilities. So you get stuck taking just a bit less damage, which is still really good, but not quite healing. So add the wasabi, and there's 3 left. Is it on the right? We don't yet have an attack all option though, so... This is quite a predicament. At least we deal a lot of damage. I think the paladin base attack does 150% damage. Or something ridiculous like that. Let's see what the bad apple does. Nothing special. Ew, that hurts. Barrier of Sanctuary. That was nicely timed on that crit. How many turns does the Barrier of Sanctuary last? 2 turns. Well, at least it lasts with... one of the healing spots. That's nice. So yeah, if we see blue floating and glowing, what are they called? Marks, frothy marks? Then we know that they are healing spots. That's nice, at least. Sorry about that. Let's kill that carrot stein. Honestly, that's also like kind of annoying that people think Frankenstein, or in this case carrot stein, was the monster. I mean, Frankenstein wasn't even a doctor. How can he be the monster? He created an abomination against nature, and that one became the monster. So barrier, and then just attack and attack and attack and hope we heal a bit. Oh hey, they do have an attack that doesn't hit twice. At the end of this, I should show you the, well, let you listen to the clip that is the song that belongs to this specific Dragonfable storyline. It's quite funny. It makes ridiculous references to this. But they are the fun kind of ridiculous references, so... let's see, we can take on this devil dog. And then we will have to go back and heal. At least if we die, we have a route to there. Go, Fluffy, go! Whoops. Well, time to die then. Or maybe not actually. If he goes for these softball attacks. And not the double hit ones. As you might be able to guess, that is indeed a wraparound to the other entrance upward. Ah, that cauldron should be left until last. In that case, we need to get down and minimize the amount of opponents we need to face, so that one leads up and these ones lead to their death. Oh, come on, Fluffy. You can do better than that. I know you can. Overkill. And now you don't want to hit in the 40s for, I think, the first time on a normal attack this run through. So, another death by chocolate that we can face. I will honestly be quite surprised, happily surprised, but still quite surprised if we manage to complete this entire storyline. But it will be fun if we could. Would be fun if we could. Wasabi, the cauldron. So, we now know where the last one is. Let's see where the second to last one is. I think this one is nice. Let's, instead of taking the hit to our mana, which is the more limited resources, take the hit on our health, the few hits that get through. Not that he really does that much damage anyway. Still enough to get through our health though. There are clauses with which I would just burst through it all. Unfortunately, they are canonically gotten later, and I'm following the canon timeline, so I'm kind of stuck with this. But hey, at least we'll see the options that are available to us. And that's the last of them. Let me actually just look up what the base attack damage is and everything for the paladin after we get to the area we need to be. Oh, they are all gone. Wherever could they have gone? Oh well, some of them are gone. Ah, the King Burger. Like the little King Burgers you see in the background. Let's bury her up, shall we? Luckily it doesn't deal this massive amount of damage attack. That attack is... it looks fun, but it's not fun. This is one of those fights in which you may see the complete potential of the heal per turn. May. Not will, unfortunately. Well, hopefully not will see it, but I can't quite. That's the attack I was talking about earlier, about the annoying attack. Yeah, that one can do a many multi-hit attack. And it is many multi-hits. Because that is utterly ridiculous. Healing potion. And mana potion. And then shield. And strikes again. That is the downside of not playing with a very high level class. And unfortunately you will be playing more often than not with this until you get through the entirety of Book 1. After which these instances will luckily become rare, though the instances of actually difficult fights will proportionally go up. Now that's a satisfying sound. And the last attack. So, the King Burger has fallen. Now that the evil food corruption broth has been ruined by Arctic's holy wasabi, Doomwood is safe from giant evil food. Ooh, we got T-Bone Breaker. the magical staff, the stake that stops this staff once graced the freezer of Jonas Flatware, the world famous chef mage. Unfortunate. I would have been happier with the what's it called? With a damn it, why am I blanking on this? I know these. With one of the undead slayer badges, that's it. At least we can sell this one. And we're not yet high enough level for these. These are all so pretty. So quests. Next page, the green mist. Something has been bothering me, Jaina. Noxus has built a massive army, and I think I may know how. In order to explain though, I'll need to start at the beginning. Many years ago in Doomwood, I grew up in a village here in Doomwood. It was not a very large, but it was large enough that I had never met Vale before that day. I was in the forest outside of town, chopping wood, when I heard someone calling for help. Nearly done. Help! Someone, please, help me! Brother! That is coming from the river. I'm coming! I ran to the river as fast as I could. No, I ran to the river as fast as I could. A dog. Unfortunately, I am restricted to Arctics. His attacks, human kid Arctics, to be expected, right? And that is a hatchet. What? It's a hatchet. He was chopping wood. What do you think he had? Luckily, I still have all my HP, and this is not like the kid Nithra, which gets ridiculously difficult. This one is actually balanced for the amount of damage you have. Not the amount of HP, but I'm not complaining. And of course, if you have a strength build, these ones actually deal a lot of damage. Like, your strength carries over, so you will get a lot of damage boost. I saw that someone, a little girl, had fallen into the river. She was clinging onto a rock, but the current was too strong for her. I had to try and save her. Try to hold on. I will go get help. Help! I can't go hold on. Please help me. Town was not far, but I knew that by the time I returned, she would be gone. I tried to reach her, but I slipped. The rest is darkness. Sometime later, you woke to the sound of sobbing. Yeah, I'm not going to do sobbing. Oh, what a ride. Note to self, next time use a tree branch to reach the person in the river. You're alive? I think so. How can I tell? You're alive. Oh, my head. Where are we? I don't know. The river must have washed us up in this cave. You are from my village, right? I'm Vale. Yeah, I live in the village too, with my brother. What about your parents? They're dead. It's just me and my brother now. We'll look out for each other. He'll be worried if I don't come home before sunset. He's the strongest, bravest, best brother ever. If he was here, he would know how to get us out of this cave. Do not worry, Vale. My name is Arctix. I will get you back to your brother as soon as I can. I think I see a tunnel over there. There's no need to be scared. Follow me. I will protect you. Oh, okay. As you can see, Artix has always been a hero. A cave mushroom. Dangerous enemies, those things. You'll never know when they attack you. But when they do, you will know immediately by how little damage they do. Oh well, these ones. There is an instance in book 3 though. That's a funny instance though, a very funny instance. Oh come on, that was an extra. Those usually deal 2 damage, well at least it's made up for. Let's see, can we get the minimum? Yes, we get the minimum amount of turns required. And we deal even a bit more damage than is needed. Are those stabs? Yes, they are. Uh-oh. I mean, it's not as though they'll ever actually become a threat, but... Helping little kid fail through this traumatic event. Of course Artix would do that. Of course he would. And now, we are here. I see a light. It looks like we've made it out, Vale. What's that light? It's pulsing. I do not think we should... Vale, come back. We should leave. Do not forget about your brother. He will be worried. Ah! Vale, I'm coming. I knew exactly where we were as soon as I saw the chamber. This looks like the old Guardian Tower. We should not be here. Are you alright? What happened to you? I'm fine. I think I just touched that orb. As I lifted the orb, I heard it talking to me. It was whispering in my mind. It said that I would have great strength and power. It said that I could increase that power 1,000-fold if I gave myself over to the darkness. And that was a moment when I almost, but I did not. Right then and there, I decided to turn my back on the darkness forever. That was when I decided to become a power for good. I am leaving, Vale. This is a bad place and we should not be here. Come on. Once we got back to the village, things did not go quite as I expected. Vale! I was so worried. Are those wings? What? Brother, please don't be mad. I got lost and this boy found me. His name is Artix and you! Somehow you did this to my little sister. You stay away from her. But no, I said stay away! And that night I was still trying to find a way to explain things to Vale's brother. That is when the green mist rolled in. Suddenly, everyone in town was transformed into zombies. That night, I lost everything and everyone I ever knew. I had no choice. I had to fight my way out. So yeah, this is a very sad backstory. for a pretty sad character, for all that he makes puns whenever he can. Artix isn't the happiest kid. He's not the happiest at all either. But he has very, very good reason to hate the undead. And Vale? We've seen her multiple times already. If you've played any of the Artix Entertainment games, you probably know who she is. That's mainly because Adventure Quest World took the lore from Dragonfable, but not the deep storytelling. Well, a bit of the lore from Dragonfable. If only we had the paladin healing in this fight, in these fights, we could actually get some use out of it. Luckily we have the potions and they are at normal strength, so we can at least use that. And we're actually getting quite a bit of XP, even though these are not leveled for level 2, level 17 I mean. But that's just due to the amount of creatures we are fighting, not due to the quality. Come on, Artix, hit him hard. Not so hard that you fall over, but hard enough. As I looked back at the village, I thought I saw a person with wings. But then the figure was lost in the smoke. I turned my back on the village and ran for my life. I thought nobody could survive that. I thought I was the only one who lived. I wandered in the woods for I do not know how long. Eventually I reached the end of my strength and I thought I was done for, and then hello there, young man. Would you like some tea? I heard she nursed me back to health and began training me to battle the forces of evil. Though I had enough tea to last me a lifetime, my contact with the orb had changed me. I could now sense the presence of the undead, and I instinctively knew the best way to battle them. A few years later, I joined the Paladin Order as Paladin in training. I put all thoughts of the village behind me and looked forward to my new life. Then, when I saw Vale, it all came back to me. She and I were the only ones that survived that night. We were unchanged by the green mists. She and I were the only one who touched that orb. I think that orb was the elemental orb of darkness. I do not know how, but I think Noxus got his hands on it and is using its power to help construct Sepulture's army. If I'm right, stopping Noxus is more important than I first thought. Hello, Shiny Bree, how are you? Sorry if I missed you, I was kind of caught up in the storytelling around here. Or well, what passes for story. I am just glad that you are by my side, Jaina. Together, I know we can stop Noxus and the Necromancers. Now you know the mysterious connection between Lady Vale and Artix, but how did Vale survive the remist? Where has she been all this time? Does Noxus have the darkness up? Is anyone still reading this? It's nice to hear that you're doing good. I'm doing pretty good as well. I really don't like the tests we have to do this week, but it's nice to have this diversion. And we got the saw. I want more of the really fun undead slayer badges because I need something like 30 of them. Let's see, 14, 1 to unlock, 15, so yeah, it might actually be 30. I don't want the saw, but I'll keep it and sell it. Become a paladin, items, sell the saw. What does it look like? A chainsaw. Well, at least we get a bit of money. Now then, wear the armor, equip the items. I cannot stress enough how much I'm looking forward to being able to sell the orange skull cap. And then go on a quest. Artix versus the undead. This is where a song comes from. It's fun. You may have noticed, but this whole area is one gigantic graveyard that sits right on top of the necropolis. Much of the graveyard have been claimed by the marshlands on the northern and western edges. I have seen some necromancers going in and out of that area, and I think they are getting a lot of their materials from there. We should go see if we can do something about that. Let's quest. And we have a certain friend with us. When we were coming here, I caught sight of the purple-robed necromantress walking before us. It looks like your hunch was right, Artix. Then we'll start with her. Since she has a head start, we will have to fight our way to her through the undead that she has already raised. I'm not scared of a fight. It's time we gave this necromantress a little payback for attacking Moonridge and Falconridge. And for once, we have the element of surprise on our side. You brought a surprise elemental? No, I mean we have the drop on the necromantress. She will never see us coming. They will be coming very soon, my pupil. It is time I will finish these heroes. Make certain you do. I find your previous failures very disturbing. It is unlike you to fail so utterly. There will be no holding back this time, Necromantus. When the time comes, summon Edgar. Do I make myself clear? Edgar, but if I place his spirit in the risk, do I make myself clear? Yes, master, it will be done. Very good. So, as you may have noticed, we have been forced to get a friend with us this time. Specifically, we have Artix. This is the Book 1 Artix. He is not quite as ridiculous as the Book 3 Artix. And unfortunately, I forgot to summon Draco again. So, let's just go all out here. Well, Fluffy. There's the Super Ultra Mega Combat, restoring light, lowering enemy light resistance, removing all evil witches, a blinding attack, and attacking all foes. Let's go for that one, right? That deals quite a bit of damage. Okay, those attacks were very strong. And the inner light grows. And of course, Artix deals a lot more damage versus the undead. He already deals a lot of damage, but still, he deals a lot more then. Luckily, you mostly have him in these situations. A powerful strike versus the shoulder blades, I mean. And as you can see, the combo, the ultralight combo attack, the super mega ultra combo of awesome, has a cooldown that persists. And unfortunately, apparently, we missed. That's annoying, to say the least. Healing light. Because healing is important. And one last attack. Okay, Artix, I know you can do better. Well then, let's see what the light attack does. We shall shine light upon our enemies and destroy this bonfire. And then undead Slayer Slash. Try saying that 3 times fast. This is, I think, a -20 light resistance removal, which is why it's a -70 light weakness now. Kill them all. Oh, that could have been the end of the fight. Well, no, this is, but it could have ended earlier. Let's do this and then undead Slayer Slash. Try saying that 3 times fast. And that's that. Yikes. I think you're going to need something a bit bigger. You may be right. This should do. Ready? To battle versus Edgar. Weird, that ice resistance. I always wondered where that came from. It does not have a lore explanation that I can conveniently give you. So, let's see then. Just a light weakness. Slight light weakness at that. Let's do a powerful strike. Oh yeah, because he technically changes and he now has the hammer. This one is reset. So I'm thinking undead Slayer Slash. one pro from these type of boss fights is that you can actually see the full effect of characters jumping and such like that. Huh. Apparently it is a bit more than I thought, because that one went from a -25 to -65. So a -40 effect instead? Huh. That's good to know. Yeah, let's heal. Also, yes, please, Edgar, do keep on using the weak attacks on me. Yeah, because in the one-on-one fights, it's at times that, you know, the jump does not really properly compute. Remove all evil. Okay, so right now we have enough cooldown on. We have the Super Mega Ultra combo of awesome unlocked. So let's use it. And one last attack. Now we have you. Let us see who hides beneath those purple robes. You've unveiled veil. I have to admit, I saw that coming. You animals! Us? You've destroyed my brother. I've kept his spirit safe in his spirit crystal for years. Ever since that night. I was so close to getting Noxus to teach me to bring him back, but I used the spirit to animate that undead and you destroyed him in the spirit crystal. Now his spirit is gone forever. It's all your fault. Vale, if what you say is true, then you've been keeping his spirit captive. The spirits of the dead long to move on. Noxus was lying when he said he would teach you how to get your brother back. If his life force was really captive all those years, then there was probably nothing left of your brother to... No, you're a lie. I loved my brother Edgar and you destroyed him. I hate you, Artix. I hate you. Noxus was right. I should have destroyed you when I had the chance. Vale. Please, Vale, listen to Artix. I was holding back because of what happened when we were children, but that's over now. I will avenge my brother if it is the last thing I do. You will pay. Both of you will pay. Artix, if she has gone to warn Noxus, then we don't have a lot of time. We have to get to Noxus and stop him. I do not believe that it was her. Step out of it, Paladin. Spotcher won't wait for us in that army. We have to world to save from darkness. Yes, you're right. Noxus has to be stopped. No. Poor deluded Phil does not seem to want to understand that you and Artix have freed her brother's life from tormented captivity. You may have just made a dangerous new foe in the necropolis. Yes, an undead slayer badge. Heal, become a paladin, train paladin armor back. Now we have one more skill, and it's Noxus fumes. It looks like the last of Sepulture's undead army is being taken care of by the other heroes of Falconreach. Yes, this was a war event, which means fighting a lot of waves with everyone. That means that we are free to go down into the necropolis and finish this. We have to get the darkness orb from Noxus at all costs. I can't believe the necropolis is so empty now that the army is defeated. There should be a song. Can't hear it though. I cannot believe how much power you and the other heroes of Falcon Reach have when you work towards the common goal. I had a great time stomping the skeletons into the ground. I just wish there had been more. Arctics, we beat 5 million of them. And then you beat the other 5 million by yourself. I know! I feel like I got ripped off. Oh well, at least Noxus should have something interesting up his sleeve. I just hope that we are ready for whatever he throws at us. I hope he is ready for us. Let's go. We can't let him escape with the darkness orb. Anybody on? Guess not. Better move on. So, we have a blast now. A heal on attack. We have the shield, the powerful strike and the normal strike. So, let's see just how weak these creatures really are. Yeah. More light weakness. Light weakness is good to add to enemies, not to you. Your inner light grows. And yes, this actually isn't a heal on attack, it just heals you and then you attack. Remove all evil. Okay, that was quite a lot of damage. So, heal. And that's that. Oh right, I still wanted to check out just how much of how much damage the paladin skills do. So no. The paladin armor. There is the retro armor. And there is the normal armor. But okay, let's see what the attack does. Okay, the normal attack is 120% damage, and then first undead you get 20% extra damage. And this one is 150% damage, and versus undead you get another 20% damage bonus. Or no, this is 170% damage. More healing. Yes. Hopefully before this boss fight we will be able to get some healing. To get some to get a heal button, which would also fully heal Arctics. Because with how much damage these guys do, I think that's needed. At least these keel over easily. No, we cannot sneak past them. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Also annoying. I should have done the light weakness first. But still, it's quite nice to be able to deal at least that much damage. Heal, Artix, heal. Alright, that's useless because that is not a heal ally. Well, at least Artix does good damage. I think this is the last one. Those are rocks. Who wants a green geology anyway? That's not my opinion, by the way. Rocks can be plenty interesting. Crystals, for example, are found in rocks. And strike again. Strike, strike, and strike again. Now, restore. And Artix is almost out of mana. Let us hope that this one is the last one. I think it is. No, it's just a cardboard cutout. This is the zombie studies building. Not to be confused with the humanities building. Humanities is how to make humans look relatively normal when reanimated. Zombie studies is how to make zombies. One is more advanced and better for infiltration. Or let me just do this. My Discord. And then the other macro text that I have for shilling some Deadhouse, because Deadhouse is awesome. Spread the word of Deadhouse, not the plague. Unless, of course, it is an undead plague. Angelic Blessing. This is a very mana intensive class. And these fights are also very long. Well, relatively. Now that that's that. Yeah. One last hurrah. It's actually fun if your guests get knocked out. You don't lose a battle or anything, but afterwards they do become one of you, basically undead. They take one hit, they go down, but it's still one hit that you don't have to take. Oh, nice timing on that crit. Next, this is the building next to the zombie studies building. Still no Noxus. Nah, Nexus wouldn't be in a zombie studies building. He's too good at necromancy for that. He would be trying to research how to turn muglins undead and things along that line. And that is Artix. My good friend has fallen in battle. Let's hope I don't go the same way. Go crit, go crit, go crit. No. Let's heal a bit so that I can take a couple of hits. Then Artix can use his first action to heal. And then we can face off against the last of these. Artix, heal. Yes, weakness. Increase the weakness, Artix. Increase the weakness. And that's that. Ah, good. Artix and Chain, right on time. Surrender the darkness orb access, and we may just let you walk out of Doomwood. Sepulture has his own way of dealing with failures like you. Give you the darkness orb. You could not control its power. I would never hand it over to you, even if I had it. You don't have it? Only a necromancer with the power of the darkness orb could have built that army. Don't you fools understand yet? Artix, the day that you and Vale came out of the Guardian Tower, Vale brought the power with her. Lady Vale is the elemental orb of darkness now, and I alone control her. I had spent months trying to enter the chamber beneath the Guardian Tower, but on that day I felt the power of the orb leave the chamber on its own. Imagine my surprise when I felt all that dark power flowing from a little girl. I knew that the orb had chosen to bind with this girl, and if I couldn't control the orb, then I would control the girl. After I saved her from the town, we watched it burn together, and I began to teach her. Thank you, Master Nox, for saving me, Master Noxus, but my brother, I wish you could have saved him too. I wish it wasn't too late. When you are a necromancer, child, there is no such thing as too late. I can teach you, if you like. Simply focus on your brother's energy. Imagine capturing it in a bottle. Master Noxus, I did it! I can feel him inside the crystal. Help me. It sounds like he's in pain. Oh, how do we help him? He just wants to live again. That is all. We will find a way, Vale. If you become my student, I will teach you all that I know, and we will find a way to bring him back. Do you promise? Do you promise that you can bring Edgar back? It will take much hard work on your part, but yes, I promise, Vale. Since that day, I have been using her, the power inside her, for myself. I had to be careful not to teach her too much. With the orb bound to her, she could easily overpower me. The years passed as I raised her as a necromantress, and in time, with her help, I became the Dean of Necromancy University, and she became my star student. Once you two troublemakers are finished, she will be able to rebuild Sepulture's armor and that army in a matter of moments. So, you never planned on helping her use necromancy to raise a brother? Raise a brother? Necromancy is using dark power to control the dead, not revive her. Necromancy may have that kind of power, but I have never seen it. Besides, how would I control her if I returned her brother to her? What would have been the point of killing him in the first place? Killing him? He died as a result of the green mist. Do you mean that you... Ah, that's right. The green mist was a deadly disease that I created to wipe out that village. Your village, Artix. If I had known that your exposure to the orb made you resistant to my corruption, I would have made other arrangements. Especially considering what a thorn in my side both you and Jaina have become. All that ends here and now. I will finish you like I should have years ago. I will recreate the undead army. And I will continue using Vale as my puppet for as long as I use her brother as a bait. I've heard enough. All these years, I trusted you. You've been using me. Vale, you misunderstood me. Let me make it clear to you. No more of your lies, Master Noxus. Jaina, I can never forget what you have done. There still may have been hope. But let me help you finish Noxus. With all our power combined, this slug cannot possibly stand against us. Bah! I was going to have to kill you for the orb eventually, child. Now is as good a time as any. Come, face Noxus. Know the power of a true necromancer. Heal, and then to battle. You two carry me, please. What is Noxus's? A light weakness. Let's increase that, shall we? And Lady Vale. Health and mana, command your foe to hold, or undead minions to attack. This seems to be a stun of sorts, so let's stun that minion. He is immobilized by command. And a powerful strike to deal to Noxus. Yes, increased weakness. Too light. A super mega ultra combo that combines both the bonuses to undead that Artix has and the increased weakness that we had just given him. Let's see what undead minions under our command do. Hitting twice for a lot of damage. That's nice. That's less nice. Jaina still hasn't been hit though, so that's nice at least. Attack all foes. And that has been the end of the silly little minion called Noxus. And yes, I do call Noxus a minion. He is, after all. Just another pawn for sepulture. Yeah, let's just wait for one turn. See if she won't be hurt more, so that we can see the maximum effect. Yeah, I think this will be enough. Let's see. Oh yeah, I could have done that one. Could have. Should have. Didn't. Uh, remove light. Summon undead. So we'll just focus on those attacks and lowering light resistance and things along that line. And this will probably be it. Thank you for your help, Vale. Save your thanks, Jaina. Noxus is defeated and the necropolis is empty. That is enough for now. But the darkness orb, what will you do? I will continue trying to find a way to save my brother. I still believe the key is in necromancy. Will you stay here at the university? No, but Necromancy University has been here for centuries. Another master will come along and claim it. I know that you and Sepulture both need the power of the Darkness Orb, so I know we will meet again. Just be ready for me. Next time that we meet, it may not be as friends. I will be ready. Farewell, Vale. Farewell, Jaina. A few weeks later. Hello? It is so empty. This will make the best dollhouse ever! And it is all mine! You have defeated the Dean of the Necropolis and foiled his plans to overrun Doomwood with this army of undead. It is hard to say if Vale is friend or foe, but either way, the Darkness Orb is hers. For now. And more undead Slayer badges, so more trading. Then now we can purify a Doom weapon, which we haven't bought yet, but well, we'll get there eventually. Those Doom weapons are dangerous, very dangerous. I can sense the evil inside them. The elemental darkness spirits that are bound to those weapons appear to grow stronger with each passing days. I have certain abilities that I've never seen in another paladin, and I believe that I can cleanse these weapons. If you come across one of these Doom weapons, bring it to me, and I can transform it into a weapon of destiny. The weapons of destiny will be just as powerful as their counterparts, but will be infused with the power of light. Just make sure to get the Doom weapons to me before it is too late. Da 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 da! And unfortunately, I don't quite have enough for these yet. But as you can see, you can now upgrade and purify these Doom weapons. We might just do that, because that increases your luck instead of decreases it, as the undead version does. However, we can upgrade them as well. If you want, I can upgrade the weapons of destiny for you, but I will need you to gather some materials for me. If you are upgrading your weapon of destiny from its most basic form, you will need purification research materials. You can find the purification research materials in Cheney's shop in Crystal Clear Lake near Amityville. After that, all you need are undead Slayer badges that you can gather from any of my quests from further upgrades. And again, you can see that these require a few things that we do not yet have, but the upgrades are quite nice. So, heal and potions for this. And then, for this last quarter hour, I think we will go ahead and save Moonridge or do a random. I think yes. We will get some guests. To be exact, we will get these guests and quickly burst through the Save Moonridge quest lines. Or well, these fights at least. Because, well, we now have these. Attack all foes. Powerful strike. So, justice. Ooh, he survived. Won't for much longer, but he did. So, what does this do? Ah, it does copy your weapon damage. That is unfortunate. Luckily, Justice does not care about that. Justice only cares about doing damage. So yeah, for these last few minutes we will be leveling up a few of our abilities that we have right now. Yeah. Just a few though. To battle! Boom, we did damage. Dun 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 dun. So, we have almost completed the quest line. You might have seen that we had a few more quests left over. However, canonically, I think they happen just a bit later. So we will do them just a bit later. But I might need to check that for... because I'm not entirely sure. Go, Fluffy, go. Justice. So, let us check then. Orb Saga timeline. Assault on Necropolis. Fumes. A dark letter. This is the epilogue there. Because it kind of ties into this saga over here. So, yeah, we're stuck there. Next week we will be taking on this saga, the Light Orb Saga. And at the end we will be done with these. And at the end of that episode we will be taking on a few more of the undead. I actually hope we get to see the choke wave. That's a fun wave to fight through. Go, Arctics, go! Yay, more undead slayer badges. Let us see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we need 10. Not entirely sure though. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. We need 10 of the badges in order to fully unlock this entire class. And then there is the Necromancer class, which we also need to fully unlock before we can get the Death Knight class. It's a fun storyline, that one. And yes, it is another storyline. Let's see how many we have. 4. So then, let's leave, become a paladin and train paladin armor 4 times so that we have a few more of these things. Now there are other classes. I will not interfere with your choices, but if you want to learn the skills of the Necromancer or Death Knight, I must send you elsewhere. Well, we have defeated every Necromancer in Necropolis. So I guess the only Necromancer left to teach you Necromancy would be Zorbek. Remember, before you decide to learn from that evil little Muglin, that he was expelled from Necro U. Meh, you. What do you want? So yeah, you can buy stuff here. You can buy a nice little staff, a good creepy hood, and a decently powerful cloak. However, they are all staves that he uses, which means that they all deal magic damage. Ooh. There are a few differences apparently, until here where it is all just gold. Become a Necromancer, you can unlock train, same as you can with the Paladin. And then there is the Death Knight. A Death Knight is a fallen Paladin who's turned down the path of corruption. You must be a fully trained as both a Paladin and a Necromancer to become one of these dread warriors of darkness. I only know of one place where you might learn more about Death Knights. To the tomb of Ser Malefact. And yeah, we don't have that one fully trained yet. So let's go ahead and train some more. We need 6 more. We have a heal. Now, we have a stun. We have an empowered light attack that blinds foes. And lower enemy damage and light resist. Let's start with the prism, shall we? That will work quite well with justice. Especially since we now have a light attack of our own and don't need to switch. Well, we would need to switch actually weapons because we do not want that to happen to us. Okay, with these beasties that don't have that much health, I actually think it would be better if we did something like, oh, I don't know, Light of Dawn. That's quite a lot of damage, isn't it? Quite a lot. And that's a nice amount of minus to the bonus to hit. Not quite as much as the dedicated blind attack though. We also have the stun, which is just a normal attack that inflicts stun. It does not do the great awesomeness that is the DOT from Rogue, but it is also... Hey, this is the choke wave that I was talking about earlier. Good, Artix missed one. See, he even has way less health. It's so funny. This one. Bang. So let's see if we can get these last few in these last 5 minutes. There's also a hail, but somehow I don't quite think we need it for this fight. Just a guess. I don't know why I thought that. Go, Artix, with your sparkly dust-slinging axe. And this is the last one for this wave. Let's just show what the heal does. Yeah, it's just pushing your hand out and healing people. Nothing good, nothing especially exciting, but also just really nice because it's a good heal. Yeah, that's quite a bit of decreased lightning resistance. Especially when followed up by that attack. Yeah. One day that attack will miss, and I will be very surprised. But that day is not today. And it is not as though it would be bad if we had too many of the undead slayer badges, because, well, there are quite a few that I would actually like to have. Quite a few more, that is. Oh, he survived that combo? Of course he couldn't survive Artix finishing him off. Yes. I quite enjoy that combo. It makes it so that it is a minus 95 light weakness. It's stronger versus the undead, of course, but that's all of the paladin skills, so not quite a surprise there. There is a place. That one would be very, very nice for it. Yep. That would be the last of that. Then I will actually go and check something. After this training, after this training, I will go ahead and look for the retro paladin armor. Because that one, I think, looks way better. At least, if I remember things correctly. Leave. And then become a paladin. Train, 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 train. Paladin armor, fully trained. So, we have not quite managed enough, but we have not quite managed to level up, I mean. But we did manage a few things. Okay. Now then, let me see just where. It is in book 3 that we need to be for now. So it is down to down, right, and then this one here. Oh yeah, these are the various Finards. Marks of a Lore Master. Book collection Paladin Law. Let's see if because these give a few spoilers. Oh, that one is quite interesting. That small diary. Retro armor. Oh, Baltail's Aventail. Ah, retro paladin, retro necromancer. Unfortunately, Dimension shop. Unfortunately, it appears that Filtrin. And this one, the old version. And that is unfortunate. Because there is, I believe, a prettier version of the paladin armor. So then. Well then, to the necropolis. Become a paladin. Wear paladin armor. Now then, we have been here a bit over time, but well, we have done quite a bit. We have sort of retrieved the darkness orb. Next week we will be taking on the light orb saga, but as you may have seen in this page, the darkness orb isn't quite in our grasp yet. There is still something we need to do. We just don't quite yet know how to do that. So, next week we'll take on the Light Orb Saga, and after that the Baking Origins. So, I will see you then. here in the Sand Sea. Goodbye. See you later, everyone.